Hi, I'm Rick Martindale with Rick's Pistol Training. This is a video about how to clear a jam. This is a very important skill which unfortunately many people do not possess. They think they do, but really they do not. I've seen a lot of people at the range where their gun jams up and almost immediately they pretty much go into a panic and they just don't know what to do. I've seen people stand there with their gun in their hand for sometimes 2 or 3 minutes before they know what even happened. Before I start, I want to say there is no loaded ammunition on this table. I will be using snap caps. These are just artificial ammunition just made out of plastic. And this is an empty case for a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson. The firearm I'm using is a Smith & Wesson Sigma. This is a .40 caliber. You'll notice as I look down the chamber is empty. And I've gone one step further with this. This gun has actually been deactivated. The entire striker assembly has been removed, and I've put a pencil in its place. That's because this is a gun that I use for training and for demonstration purposes. So we're going to do 3 types of malfunctions that I'm going to work through here. The first one is a very simple tap, rack, bang. Now, occasionally when you're shooting a gun, you can have a malfunction of the cartridge itself, where when you pull the trigger, instead of going bang, it just goes click. And that can be caused by a lot of different things, but the main thing you need to do is to clear it and continue on. The easiest way to do that is to simply tap, rack, bang. Tap, rack, and then bang. The gun is cleared and ready to go. So that would be after you've pulled the trigger and it just went click instead of bang. So tap, rack, bang. I can't pull the trigger on this gun. The trigger doesn't work because it's been deactivated. Next type of jam that we're going to talk about is a stovepipe. Now, this is where the gun has partially ejected the round, but not completely. Lots of different things can cause this, limp wristing. Anyway, this is actually very easy to clear. In a case like this, keeping your finger off the trigger, you're going to grab the empty case and just yank back. And now the case is gone and the gun is back into battery. So the jam has been cleared. If this gun were actually a working gun, I would be able to pull the trigger and it would go bang. This third type of jam is a double feed. This is caused by a failure to extract. There is a round that is a fired case is stuck in the chamber, and we have another round trying to go into the chamber, but obviously it can't. Now this is a much more difficult jam to clear, and a lot of people have trouble with this. It's a lot easier than most people realize, though. If I take the gun and I push on the magazine release and hold it, and then grab the magazine and yank, it's not going to just fall out. You have to yank it out. Now the slide went forward. Now I'm going to rack the slide. That's going to eject the fired case. Now I'm going to reinsert the magazine, rack the slide, and now the gun's back into battery and ready for service again. If this were a working gun, we could pull the trigger and it would go bang. I'm going to go ahead and redo that, and this time I'm going to do it in real time. So I'm going to eject the magazine, rack the slide. Now I'm going to look down the chamber. The chamber is empty, so I'm going to let that go forward. I'm going to put my snap cap back in the magazine. Now I'm going to rack the slide and lock it in the rearward position. Check the chamber again. Now I'm going to take the empty case, I'm going to drop it into the chamber. I'm going to reinsert the magazine, and I'm going to release the slide. Now the gun is jammed, and that is a hard jam. I do this in real time so you can see how quickly this can really be done. So you're shooting, all of a sudden you realize, wow, I've got a jam. I'm going to look, I'm going to see what the jam is. I can immediately tell what the problem is. I'm going to eject the mag, rack the slide, put the mag back in, and there I'm ready to go again. That's how quick it can be done. And if we look, you can see there is a round in the chamber. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and eject the magazine, clear the chamber. I'm going to check the chamber. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lock the slide to the back. And I'm going to check it again. Now that gun is cleared and I'm done shooting. I always do that whenever I'm done shooting a gun, just to make sure that it's safe. I do teach these skills to all of my students whenever I teach a concealed carry class or whenever I do private instruction.